Have you ever heard of a cricket player who was only 5 feet 4 inches tall but played like a giant? Let me tell you about Alvin Kallicharran. He was a small man who did very big things in cricket. Many people talk about famous cricket players like Viv Richards and Clive Lloyd, but they often forget about Kallicharran. This is wrong. This brave man faced the world's fastest bowlers without wearing a helmet. People called his batting poetry in motion, which means it was beautiful to watch. Today I'm going to tell you his amazing story. It's about a boy from a poor village in Guyana who became one of cricket's most skilled players. It's a story about beating the odds when everyone said he was too small to succeed. It's about a man who didn't just play cricket, he changed it with grace and skill that made the whole world watch in wonder. Alvin Isaac Kallicharran was born on April 21, 1951, in a small village called Port Morant in Berbice, Guyana. Back then, Guyana was still called British Guyana, because the British ruled it. Alvin was the youngest child in his family. They were poor. His father worked very hard in the sugar fields. He loved cricket, but he could never have guessed that one day his son would play cricket in the world's best stadiums. Life was hard in Port Morant. The village was tiny with dirt roads and small houses. Sometimes they didn't have clean water or electricity, but the people who lived there cared about each other. Everyone helped everyone else, and most of all they loved cricket more than anything. Port Morant may have been small and poor, but the people there were crazy about cricket. Young Alvin learned to love the game too. He always had a bat in his hand. He would watch older boys and men play cricket. He studied how they played. He learned their moves. He waited for his chance to play with them. Alvin went to Port Morant Primary School. But he learned the most about cricket by playing in the dusty village fields with other boys. They didn't have proper cricket equipment. They used wooden boxes as wickets. They made their own bats. These simple games taught him to be creative and smart, skills he would need later when he became famous. Most cricket stars start by playing in big clubs with good coaches. But Kallicharran's story was different. People first noticed him when he played in simple village games. Even as a young boy, he showed amazing natural talent. The Port Morant club picked him to play for them. This was a huge deal for a poor boy like Alvin. Even though he was young and small, people saw something special in his batting. He didn't hit the ball hard like bigger players. Instead, he hit it smartly. He could place the ball exactly where he wanted. He would gently guide the ball into empty spaces where fielders couldn't reach it. This showed he was very clever about cricket. Even as a young boy, being only 5 feet 4 inches tall, many people said Kallicharran was too small for professional cricket. Critics and coaches said he couldn't face fast bowling at the top level. But what he didn't have in height, he made up for with great skill and a strong mind. He actually turned being small into a good thing. Being low to the ground helped him stay balanced. His quick feet let him move faster than tall players. When the Berbice team chose him for bigger competitions, it was an important step forward. It showed he had the talent to move up in cricket. During these early years, his family always supported him. They didn't have much money, but they believed in him. Their support helped him keep chasing his cricket dreams. Kallicharran's career really took off when Guyana picked him for their team. The West Indies had very tough local tournaments. Playing well there was how you got noticed for the national team. In 1969, when he was just 18 years old, he played his first big match for Guyana in the Shell Shield tournament. This was the biggest cricket competition in the Caribbean. It was his chance to show what he could do against the best players from other Caribbean islands. When he first played for Guyana, Kallicharran showed he could score runs consistently. He was especially good at facing fast bowlers without fear. This skill would make him famous later in international cricket. While other batsmen would duck or move away from fast bowling, Kallicharran stood firm. He watched the ball carefully and played each ball on its own merit. As the early 1970s continued, he played so well in regional tournaments that everyone knew he was ready for international cricket. He scored lots of runs against strong bowling teams from Trinidad, Jamaica and Barbados. Cricket experts started watching this small but perfect left-handed batsman. They were amazed by how he could handle all types of bowling, fast spin and swing with the same skill. His batting style was classic and pure. He had a special gift for timing that made batting look easy. The biggest moment came in 1973. Kallicharran was 22 years old when the West Indies team picked him to tour England. This was every young Caribbean cricketer's dream, to wear the famous maroon cap and play for the West Indies. Soon after, he played his first international test match against India at Queen's Park Oval in Trinidad. Many young players get nervous in their first international match. But not Kallicharran. He scored an impressive 79 runs right away. This showed everyone he was good enough to play at the highest level. The confidence he showed against experienced international bowlers made people realize he was special. Here was a player who, despite being small, had the skill and mental strength to succeed against the world's best players. What made Kallicharran special wasn't just how many runs he scored. It was how he scored them. Cricket commentators often said watching him bat was like watching poetry. He wasn't a power hitter like many others. Instead, he used perfect timing and amazing accuracy. He could find gaps between fielders better than anyone. His left-handed batting style was smooth and beautiful. Even when he played defensive shots, they looked elegant. When he hit the ball through the covers or played it off his legs, he did it so gracefully that people would clap even if he only scored one run. In a team becoming famous for aggressive, powerful cricket, Kallicharran provided art and beauty. In 1974, Kallicharran became even more famous during the West Indies tour of England. England had some of the world's best bowlers. The pitches there were difficult, but he showed he could adapt to any conditions. English cricket grounds are very different from Caribbean ones. The ball moves more in the air and off the pitch. But Kallicharran adjusted his technique perfectly. He was patient when he needed to be and attacked when he could. These performances made sure he kept his place in the West Indies team. Cricket experts were especially impressed by how he could wait and use the bowler's pace against them. These skills were perfect for playing in England. The West Indies teams of the 1970s were becoming famous for their scary fast bowlers and aggressive batsmen. Players like Clive, Lloyd and Viv Richards were becoming superstars. This time would later be called the Golden Age of West Indies cricket. They dominated world cricket. In this team of stars, Kallicharran provided important balance. While others might have gotten more attention, people who really knew cricket understood that Kallicharran's batting often made the difference between winning and losing. Many times when the team was in trouble, it was Kallicharran who saved them with calm, careful batting. Remember, in those days batsmen didn't wear helmets. Facing very fast bowling required great courage. Some of the fastest bowlers ever were playing then, men like Dennis Lillee and Jeff Thomson, who could bowl over 90 miles per hour. But Kallicharran never showed fear. He used his quick footwork and sharp eyes to handle even the fastest bowling. He had a special ability to see early where the ball would bounce. This gave him more time to get ready. Even the fastest bowlers knew they couldn't scare Kallicharran. He earned great respect from teammates and opponents. By 1976, people noticed that Kallicharran was very smart about cricket. He was always thinking about the game and helping younger players. The West Indies selectors made him captain for the series against India. This was a huge honor. Being captain of the West Indies was one of cricket's most important jobs. Kallicharran's style as captain was like his batting, calm and thoughtful. He wasn't a shouter. He led by showing others how to play well. He made smart decisions based on his deep understanding of cricket. While his team had mixed results, everyone respected him as a leader. However, being captain seemed to affect his batting, which often happens when players have to worry about leading the team as well as their own game. By 1977, he went back to focusing just on batting. By the late 1970s, Kallicharran was known as one of the world's best batsmen. He helped the West Indies win many test matches and one-day internationals. Whether he was starting an innings carefully, rebuilding after early wickets, or finishing games with smart hitting, Kallicharran was the perfect team player. He could change his game to suit any situation. His partnerships with other great West Indies batsmen produced some of the most exciting cricket of that time. What made him special wasn't just his skill but his ability to perform when his team needed him most. Cricket is very much a mental game. Kallicharran's cricket brain let him change his plans according to different situations and opponents. Even though he played alongside cricket's biggest stars, Kallicharran's impact on West Indies cricket is unforgettable. If players like Richards and Lloyd were thunder, Kallicharran was lightning, maybe less loud, but equally brilliant and often more precise. His contributions went beyond just scoring runs. He helped shape West Indies cricket culture during this important time. He showed that Caribbean cricket could be about skill and art as well as power and aggression. The balance he brought to the team was key to this. After he stopped playing professional cricket, Kallicharran stayed connected to the sport he loved. He and his wife Patsy focused on teaching young cricket players. Unlike some retired players who leave the game behind, Kallicharran wanted to give back. He worked with the Triangle Cricket League in North Carolina, USA. In America, where cricket isn't a major sport, he worked hard to promote the game and develop young talent. His coaching focused on the same things that made him great: good technique and mental strength. His work teaching cricket went beyond North America. In 2019, when he was already in his late 60s, he helped coach cricket teams in India. He would spend hours in the hot sun, watching young players practice and giving them advice. This showed that for Kallicharran, cricket was more than just a game. It was a way to help people grow and build communities. In 2019, Kallicharran received the British Empire Medal in the New Year's Honours List. This award recognized not just his cricket achievements but also his charity work and efforts to develop cricket around the world. This was a fitting tribute to a man who had given so much to the game and to communities everywhere. The award meant a lot to him, not for personal glory, but because it showed that cricket can be a force for good. It recognized what many people already knew, that Kallicharran's impact went far beyond the cricket field. Cricket runs in the Kallicharran family. His brother Derek also played high-level cricket. His nephews became cricketers too, continuing the family tradition. This shows how cricket becomes part of family life in the Caribbean, passed down through generations. For the Kallicharran family, cricket wasn't just a sport. It was a way of life and a way to stay connected across generations and continents. To really appreciate Kallicharran's career, we need to understand when he played. The 1970s were an important time for the West Indies and Caribbean identity. Many Caribbean countries had recently become independent from British rule. They were finding their place in the world. Cricket became a powerful way to show this new confidence. When the West Indies beat England, it meant more than just winning its sport. It showed that Caribbean people could compete with and beat the best in the world. Cricket's success made people across the Caribbean very proud. Looking at numbers alone, Kallicharran's record is impressive. He scored over 4,000 test runs with 12 centuries. But numbers only tell part of the story. His impact on teammates, his influence on Caribbean cricket, and his role in famous victories go beyond statistics. Some contributions can't be measured in runs, like the confidence he gave his team when he walked out to bat, or the inspiration he gave to smaller players who thought they were too small for international sport. Cricket is about character and influence as much as statistics. In these areas, Kallicharran was truly special. Away from cricket grounds, Kallicharran has always helped others. He uses his fame to improve lives and communities. His charity work shows he understands that cricket gave him opportunities many never get. He feels responsible to help others. He has never forgotten his humble beginnings in Port Morant. Through cricket coaching, charity work and community development, he tries to give others the same chances he had. Many people don't know that Kallicharran has quietly supported education projects in Guyana. He has funded scholarships and donated cricket equipment to poor communities. He believes that sport and education together can change lives. He often says his greatest achievement isn't any cricket record, but seeing young people he's helped succeed in life. Today at 74 years old, Kallicharran still loves cricket. His eyes light up when talking about batting or remembering famous matches. He still watches cricket and keeps up with the modern game. Sometimes he worries that the art of batting is being lost as modern cricket focuses on power hitting. The young boy from Port Morant, who copied his cricket heroes, became a hero himself. Not just for his batting skill, but for showing the values of hard work, adaptability, and staying calm under pressure. His journey from dusty village fields to cricket's biggest stages remains an inspiring story. When cricket experts discuss the great West Indies teams of the 1970s and 1980s, names like Richards and Lloyd often dominate. But Kallicharran's contribution deserves equal recognition. His technical skill provided perfect balance to the raw power of West Indies cricket. While others intimidated opponents with pace and power, Kallicharran charmed them with skill and grace. This balance was crucial to the team's success. Without Kallicharran's steady batting, the West Indies might not have reached such heights. The true measure of Kallicharran's impact isn't just what he achieved, but how he achieved it. In an era of intimidation and aggression, he stayed true to classical cricket. His success proved there was still a place for artistry and technique at the highest level. For young cricketers today, especially those who think they're too small, Kallicharran's career offers powerful inspiration. His journey shows that with skill, determination and intelligence, you can overcome physical limitations and reach the top. In cricket academies across the Caribbean and beyond, coaches still point to Kallicharran as an example. He shows how perfect technique can make up for lack of physical power. His legacy lives on in every small player who refuses to be limited by size. Even in today's power-dominated cricket, we can see Kallicharran's influence in skilled batsmen who value precision over power. His approach is focused on placement, timing and game awareness, offers valuable lessons for cricket's next generation. Alvin Kallicharran's story is one of triumph against the odds. From a humble beginning in a small Guyanese village to international cricket stardom, his journey shows how sport can transform lives. His contributions to cricket go far beyond statistics, influencing the sport's development and inspiring countless young players. In a game full of great characters and stories, Kallicharran's tale stands out as particularly meaningful. It reminds us that cricket is about more than winning and losing. It's about expressing yourself, overcoming challenges, and leaving the game better than you found it. By these measures, Alvin Kallicharran is truly one of cricket's greatest champions. The small man who played like a giant proved that heart, skill and intelligence can overcome any limitation. His story continues to inspire new generations of cricketers around the world, showing that true greatness comes not from size or strength, but from dedication, artistry, and an unwavering love for the game.